Welcome to DMF. I'm Justin Younts. This is part 8. Brilliance of like the Sopranos. This person is
Yes.
like probably one of the worst people ever,
Yeah.
but we empathize with him because we've seen his story.
Yes. His
It's you
mother and
know,
everything. Yes. Yes.
this is somebody who wouldn't think twice of killing somebody if it means it saves his hide. But
Yeah.
you would probably still have a conversation. You'd be able to have a conversation with him. I feel like though our society can't see past the pleasantries of somebody and they just go, oh well, they seem like a nice person, they must be, here, take my money, here, I'll vote for
Mm.
you, I'll do, I feel like the dumbing down of society in some ways. And I tell you, this is the destruction of meaning. And if you destroy meaning, what anything means, if this doesn't mean any more than this, then everybody's at this level and you can just say whatever you want. Just who cares? It doesn't matter.
Meaning more than like, give me an example, like, of,
Um, Example of, I mean, just look at our political system today.
sure.
I mean,
That's what I was thinking. Like,
we
yes.
are we are everybody just thinks, well, so and so said this. They can't tell the difference between one thing that weighs more and one thing that doesn't weigh more.
Right. Some things are far more significant and
Yeah.
has to be treated with greater weight than something else, a minor thing. And not only that, I think our people's perceptions have been more and more
Yeah.
closed off.
Well,
We
they're not
have
reading.
they're not they
They're
can't
not
read
seeing. They're
they
not
can't
seeing
read people,
films.
and they can't read people as well because of it. They can't read into things, and we have the capability of we have perceptions that none of us even tap into. Right? I mean, it goes
I
and
know.
it's infinite. I think it's absolutely infinite. But it's sad, yes, and that's dangerous because you can be manipulated unless very easily, unless you can sense that, oh, there's something inauthentic here. There's something agenda driven here. There's something, gotta let
Yeah.
your subtle senses out there and
And then when you
hone
talk
them.
to people, you kind of feel like a minority. They don't understand. They don't see it. They don't see what you see.
Yeah,
They're
right.
completely closed off to, or they're not even capable of seeing the possibility of it.
Right.
It's my biggest fear with, I talk to conspiracy theorists. They're like, everything's a conspiracy, this and that, but it's all very circumstantial, and in some ways they want it to be true. Otherwise, why are you spending
Yes.
time with
The
it?
desire for that, the desire for it to be true is
Yeah.
overtaking their better perceptive judgment,
And
you
I think
know.
that's a dangerous place to be in, because now we're going
Oh
on,
yeah.
well, this is how I feel. Well, there are people that feel the earth is flat, but, and if you give them science and you tell them, well, this is why this and this, that, well, how do you know the science isn't corrupted?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like, what do you do? How do you?
The gauge there is like conspiracies don't really work like 95% of every single person in this in the on earth whatever is in on it. That's not how they
Yeah.
work. That's just not true.
Yeah, it's always, everything's
It's a
a
small
government
minority. If a
conspiracy.
real conspiracy is usually it's going to be a small minority of some people that are really trying to do something bad, maybe.
Yeah.
But if it's like every single scientist on earth is in on it, it's like they just don't work that way. It's just not true. There's not
Yeah.
that many dishonest, evil, corrupted, horrific
No.
people. Most people are just trying to do their jobs, do them well. And if they say something, it's based on real data. If
Yeah.
it's an overwhelming percentage of people that are saying this is the data and this is
It's like, the people that want, a civil war in some ways. And it's just like they're seeing,
yeah.
they want this bloodshed, complete, rebirth moment, and they don't care how it comes as long as it comes in their lifetime. And
Right.
they're not looking at facts. They're just looking at how they feel based off of something. And I
Yes.
feel there's a danger because I think the media is more in tune to how to manipulate
Oh
with that
yeah,
mind.
how to get those people and manipulate them because they're
Yeah.
attuned to danger and and maybe they're
Yeah.
afraid. There's a lot of fear. There's
Yeah. It comes from fear.
fear of change, fear of something different, fear of something that's dangerous. So yeah, I mean, the media can definitely manipulate those people pretty easily. And like you said, there's also a desire for something big to happen so that life
Yeah.
isn't so monotonous. Kind of like when I was a little boy
Yeah.
in Syracuse, I'm like, where's the alien that's going to come down, or where's the ghost that's
Yeah.
going to appear? And but that desire in an adult, in a rational adult, can be
Yeah.
so strong that they are clouded to the truth.
And that's why I think is the since they're not reading, since they're not learning, is it now stunted growth in the mind, where like because now they're consumed with this.
I think it's a combination. I think you need the background of learning for sure. The
Yeah.
more you read and expose yourself to things, that it's not negative, the better off you're going to be. But you have to support that with listening from the heart, from the subtle
Yeah.
senses. You have to understand that feelings and mixed with knowledge is the key to like enlightenment, right? I mean, it's not just
Yeah.
one, and it's not just the other. You
Yeah.
have to both have to be in consort, mind and spirit, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That's the thing that kind of like worries me about kind of where we're going. It's just like I don't know. I the only thing I see is meditation can maybe mitigate some of these results, but I just see as
I agree. I mean, that's the thing that really works. But unfortunately, I think it's for a lot of people, depending on whatever their brain chemistry is too, which they may have been born with. It's so challenging that they may never ever get all the benefits from it. They give
yeah.
up too early, or it's going to take them a little longer. I don't know. So I think we're in too desperate a situation as a world at this point to everyone should meditate for sure, but
Yeah.
to expect that that's going to be the only thing that will save us, because I don't think I think we're too late in the game, you know.
Yeah.
For we can't just hope that a lot of people are just never going to do it. Also, most people.
Well, that's
So
the question I would raise is can you teach someone to critically think? Or is that something that is innate in you?
yeah, it can be taught. It can be
You do
if you
think?
open the right space for them at a young enough age, starting like at 5, 5, 6, 7,
Yeah.
8. If that education is the kind of education that also leaves them open to be themselves, express themselves, and find their own, and to question. In simple ways, you can encourage a
Yeah.
5-year-old to question. In more complex ways, you can encourage a 13-year-old to question. So I think the old modes of the educational system which was all just the way I went through, which was all just discipline. It's
Yeah.
just like get in your seat,
Yeah.
be quiet, go through. You got to
Well, it
don't
comes
be
from the
on
Soviet
time,
Union.
and then leave.
Yeah.
And it's not about critical thinking, but I think there's a lot of interesting schools now that
Yeah.
are
They're
more
starting
open.
to come. Do you think you can teach an adult to critically think if they have never
Wow.
critically thought?
God, I'm sure it's a case by case basis, right? It depends on the
Yeah.
person. They have to be open and receptive. I think it comes around to everyone at some point in their lives where they're hit with
Yeah.
a little bit more of like, wow, maybe things are not in all the way I thought they were in my limited way. But you can choose to ignore that if it's too frightening, some people, and just
Yeah.
let it slip by. But I think
Well, it's like you
it's
said.
there
Yeah.
for everyone in
People
every
choose
life.
not to be, we were talking about that raw experience in a movie theater, and people don't want that because it's a little too scary
Yes,
for the,
yes.
they,
It's too uncomfortable. It's not a space that it's not their comfort zone. I
yeah,
love that. Oh my God.
I
Take
do
me out of my
too.
comfort zone, please. That's what I want a
Yeah.
movie to do.
Give me some. Yeah. Yeah. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.